Eid al Fitr, also called the Festival of Breaking the Fast, or Lesser Eid, is a religious holiday celebrated by Muslims worldwide that marks the end of the month-long dawn to sunset fasting of Ramadan. This religious Eid is the only day in the month of Shawwal during which Muslims are not permitted to fast. The date for the start of any lunar Hijri month varies based on when the new moon is sighted by local religious authorities, so the day of celebration varies by locality. The holiday is widely called Qur'ait in West Africa. Eid al Fitr has a particular salat and features 6 additional takbirs or mandab. Eid al Fitr was originated by the Islamic prophet Muhammad. According to certain traditions, these festivals were initiated in Medina after the migration of Muhammad from Mecca. Anas, a well-known companion of the prophet, narrated that, when the prophet arrived in Medina, he found people celebrating 2 specific days in which they entertained themselves with recreation and merriment. At this, the prophet remarked that Almighty has fixed 2 days of festivity instead of these for you which are better than these, Eid al Fitr and Eid al Adha. Traditionally, Eid al Fitr begins at sunset on the night of the first sighting of the crescent moon. If the moon is not observed immediately after the 29th day of the previous lunar month, then the holiday is celebrated the following day. Eid al Fitr is celebrated for 1 to 3 days, depending on the country. It is forbidden to fast on the day of Eid, and a specific prayer is nominated for this day. As an obligatory act of charity, money is paid to the poor and the needy before performing the Eid prayer. The Eid prayer is performed in congregation in open areas like fields, community centers, or mosques. No call to prayer is given for this Eid prayer, and it consists of only 2 units of prayer with a variable amount of takbirs and other prayer elements depending on the branch of Islam observed. The Eid prayer is followed by the sermon and then a supplication asking for Allah's forgiveness, mercy, peace and blessings for all living beings across the world. The sermon also instructs Muslims as to the performance of rituals of Eid, such as the zakat. The sermon of Eid takes place after the Eid prayer. Unlike Friday prayer which comes first before prayer, some imams believe that listening to the sermon at Eid is optional. After the prayers, Muslims visit their relatives, friends, and acquaintances or hold large communal celebrations in homes, community centers, or rented halls. As ritual dictates, Sunnis praise Allah in a loud voice while going to the Eid prayer. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah wallahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar walillahi alham. Recitation ceases when they get to the place of Eid or once the Imam commences activities. The prayer starts by doing niyat for the prayer and then takbir is said by the Imam and his followers. Next, takbir-e-tarima is recited, followed by Allahu Akbar 3 times, raising hands to the ears and dropping them each time, except for the last when the hands are folded. Then the Imam reads the Surah-e-Fatiha and other surah. Then the congregation performs ruku and sujud as in other prayers. This completes the first rakat. The congregation rises up and folds their hands for the second rakat, during which the Imam recites Surah Fatiha and another surah. After this, 3 takbirs are called out just before the ruku, each time raising hands to the ears and dropping them. For the 4th time, the congregation says Allahu Akbar and subsequently goes into the ruku. The rest of the prayer is completed in the regular manner. This completes the Eid prayer. After the prayer there is a khutbah. Prayer starts with the niyat followed by 5 takbirs. During every takbir of the first rakat, a special dua is recited. Then, the Imam recites Surat al-Fatiha and Surat al-A and the congregation performs ruku and sujud. As in other prayers, in the second rakat, the same above steps are repeated. After the prayer, khutbah starts. Jordanians decorate their homes and prepare sumptuous meals for family and friends. They prepare new clothes and shoes for the festival. Eid festivities in Jordan may vary culturally depending on the region, but one common thread in all celebrations is generosity and hospitality. It is a common Jordanian tradition for families to gather at the patriarchal home after the Eid prayers. Before the special Eid meal is served, young children will line up in front of each adult family member. who dispense money as gifts to the children. Saudis decorate their homes and prepare sumptuous meals for family and friends. They prepare new clothes and shoes for the festival. Eid festivities in Saudi Arabia may vary culturally depending on the region. But one common thread in all celebrations is generosity and hospitality. It is a common Saudi tradition for families to gather at the patriarcha